Hi guys, I'm really excited to be doing this. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time and I just never took the time to do. But today and yesterday, what did I do with it? I put it in a plastic bag and put it somewhere. I cut out quilt pieces to make a square, to make a block. And the one I did, I can't remember the name of the block, but I already went ahead and cut out the first part, and kind of just as a test, but also so you guys can see how good it cuts. It does have a 1/4 inch seam allowance and it cuts the sides already for you. And on the first part of this thing that you're about to see in a minute, the design, there's only 12 things that it cuts. And on the second part, it cuts 9 pieces. So there's 21 pieces altogether for this block, okay? So let's just jump into it. I am going to show you first the block we're working on really quick. Okay, I believe that we'll be able to see when it says select the next part, I believe we'll be able to see the block design. So hold on. Select the next part. Yes, there we go. So this is the block that we're doing. It's PAB015 on the ScanNCut CM350. I'm not sure where you would find it on other parts or other machines, but I believe all of them come with the quilting designs. And so now I'm going to pick the next parts that we're going to cut. I'm going to pick D, and it's going to cut out all of these pieces, but instead of cutting out just these and then getting another piece of fabric ready and then another piece of fabric ready, we're going to put them all onto the mat at the same time. Okay, so choose OK. It's going to give us 4 of them. We're going to choose set. It sets them up there all nice and pretty. I don't like where they're at, so I'm going to group them, and I'm going to join them all together, and I'm going to move them a little bit. With cutting fabric, you don't want anything to be too close to the edges because it'll just pull right off, pull all your design off. So choose OK, and I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. So now from here we're just going to go add, and we're going to go to D with the apostrophe, which is just the opposite. Choose OK, set, and then we're going to go to add again. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and, unfortunately we can't, yes we can, yes we can, yes we can. We can select just the ones in our view. I keep forgetting we can do that. Click OK, OK, join those, and then let's move these over a little bit too. I don't want them to be too close to the others as well because that contributes to pulling too. So we'll click OK here, and then we'll go back to add, and then we're going to choose this very last one. Click OK. This is our middle piece. Choose set, and we can move this anywhere. We don't need to group it with anything. And I'm going to put it over here just because I like having a lot of open space. I'm going to choose OK, or if you haven't set your blade, if you don't know the the right setting to cut, do a bunch of test cuts. This is one of my test cuts from earlier, and the way to do the test cut is you go up here to add, choose pattern, and go to test. I almost always go with the square. We can choose set, and let's bring it way down here so that we don't have to lift up anything at the top. Let's bring it way down here by the square because it's going to cut anyways over here. Click OK, and then that has all of our stuff that we're going to have cut, and we're going to choose OK. This is with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Cut. It's going to take about 2 minutes to do. So let's get our fabric. Okay, so this part is where we're going to use, okay, so I did a video earlier today. Was it earlier today or yesterday? It was today. I did a video earlier today doing puppy paws, but my iron was too low, so it was ripping up all the paper because it wasn't adhering to it. So I turned it all the way up to linen with no steam still, okay? So I don't think that I shared my settings the last time, but so we're gonna cut roughly a 12-inch piece. If you don't know how to eyeball it, measure it. But you need 2 of them. And it's okay. You want to cut more on the extra side. Better to have more in this situation. And what I'm using is Reynolds Kitchen freezer wrap. Or that's not right. Reynolds Kitchen plastic coated freezer paper. And this one is 150 square feet. So it lasts for a long time. I've had it forever, but I don't really use it that much. I've been using it a lot lately in the past few days because I'm really excited about this. Okay, so to find out how much fabric we need, we could measure it all out, but I don't have enough room to have measuring spot and an ironing spot and a cutting spot, so kind of have to improvise. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our red fabric and I'm going to kind of offset it to the corner up here and just kind of, okay, I don't want to have selvage. Get out of here, selvage. You're so pretty, but no thank you. Okay. Get away from here. Why is all this stuff in my way when I'm trying to work? So I just folded up one side and then cut that and then fold up the bottom and cut that. And then I know exactly how much room I have to use. So here we go. And I know this is kind of going to throw people off for those of you who haven't seen or aren't in my ScanNCut group. My mat is a piece of contact paper, contact cemented upside down. So the sticky part of the contact paper, that was a terrible cut, but it's really hard to cut while I'm talking and I'm on sideways of the camera. What was I saying? Oh, so this mat, this sticky part is contact paper upside down. And I painted that with, I applied that with contact cement. And I have a video about it. And check in, I believe it's my ScanNCut playlist. I think it's called ScanNCut Fun. Check in that playlist and you can find it. And I don't even remember how old that video is, but this is one of my mats and I use it all the time. Today was the first time I ever washed it or wiped it down, and I just used a piece of like dinner napkin material. It didn't have any shedding. This is why I have a ScanNCut, because I'm a horrible cutter. Look at that. Ah, that's all right. It will do. Okay, so sorry I'm kind of all over the place tonight, guys. I'm really excited on one hand, and on another hand, a little bit worried. My husband is traveling in California, and he's going through the mountains late at night. So just trying to stay busy, and I'm really glad I have you guys to help me through this, do fun crafts with. All right, so now make sure that you have a high heat. That was something I learned today, kind of the hard way. And go ahead and apply it to everything, and just go along right on this edge. You don't need to do all of this excess. We're going to cut it off and try to reuse it later. So one of my things that I do whenever I have a really hot iron is I like to put it on the ironing board first and let that get that initial shock of heat to the ironing board. And then come over, start in the middle. And just kind of at first just tamp everything down. You will get some wrinkles, and that's okay. Now, you don't have to do this if you apply Heat and Bond Light to the back of this. You don't have to do this version. This is for quilting where you don't want to have anything on it. You just want the cotton. And I mean, it could be for applique too, but most people put that other stuff on the applique. Put the Heat and Bond Light on applique. Some amazing people do this applique where they sew it backwards, like sew something to the back of it and then flip it inside out. They don't even use Heat and Bond, which I think is just so awesome. I mean, I like Heat and Bond, but I really like when people are resourceful too, and they don't have to stoop to levels of buying extra stuff. Okay, so while this cools, we're just going to cut the edges off a little. We are going to go over it one more time just to be sure, because I'm a little bit neurotic like that. And because it didn't work out, oh yeah, I'm going to show you guys my mess up one. It didn't work out once today, and so I've been nervous ever since, even though last night it was like magic and it was so cool. So see how that's kind of puffing up right here? It didn't get adhered somewhere, and I'm guessing it's going to be on the back. So I'm going to run the iron on the back real quick. Let's show you. This is my good one. Oh, did I throw the bad one away? Dang it. Oh yeah, I did. I chopped it all up into, well, dang it. I chopped it all up into scraps, but in any case, all of these ones that were on this side, this is on the top, but the ones that were on this side, it was pulling them over and making everything kind of wonky because this wasn't melted to anything. It just was kind of sticking to it a little bit because I didn't have enough heat. So make sure your heat is high, as high as your material can handle it. Get out of here, scissors. Okay, don't worry about the edges because this is the back side. Remembered, flip it back over. So it's wrinkly, that's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. All right. Okay, so if you leave it on here, it takes forever to cool. If you bring it over here to the mat, it cools off almost immediately. So that's what I did. I'm going to bring you back over here. Hang on. Okay. So with these, I've learned that using something that rolls is a better way to get it to stay down. Like spatulas and stuff like that. This little spatula doesn't have enough force, and the bigger spatulas, they're too far away, so you end up just kind of dragging it and it'll pull everything. This, I don't know why, just works. I used a pen earlier. Where is it? Must have put it away. It's just something round. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit worried about up in that corner because it's acting like it's not stuck to itself. And also, I think that my freezer wrap is old. So high heat, new freezer wrap. Okay, let's get busy. Okay, first it's going to do that test cut. Now, you need to do the test cut, but I'll show you I'll still show you my settings. Settings is, you know, about 4.5. And this is going to be different for every different material, as well as every different loading of the mat and every different machine. Okay, because I have the contact paper upside down thing going on, it might be a little bit lower than maybe if you have an original mat. So this is a good guideline, but start low. Start like 2 and start your test cuts and see how that goes. Okay, test cuts are the name of the game. Can you see that? Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna pop that out. I'm keeping all these tiny little pieces now to make a little Barbie quilt. They're so cute. I'm even more motivated to do test cuts. So I know already from cutting fabric earlier that this is a good setting that doesn't cut through my mat. I just felt under there, it did not cut anything, so I'm going to go ahead and choose start. Okay, so this is all done. It didn't have any problems. It looked like it was going to give me a little bit of issue up there, but it didn't. So let's just gently pull it back, and don't worry about paper staying on your mat. Just, we're trying to get the majority of stuff off and make sure that everything got cut. So this one stayed a little bit, which is, you know, kind of par for the course. They're not all gonna be perfect cuts, as awesome as this machine is, but they all were except for that one. Woo! And then I even have some scrap left over to do more stuff with later. So I'm just gonna cut that out real quick with my scissors. And then all of that can go away. All right, guys. Excuse me. So it's only gonna let me have the top part, but that's okay. Look how nice that is. Oh, this is my favorite thing. Cutting fabric on this is my favorite thing. It's exactly why I bought the machine. But then whenever I found out all the different things it could do, I kind of went crazy and like learned to do so many different things. But my true love here is fabric. Ooh, look how pretty that is. Okay, so we got 8 of these pieces, these triangle pieces, and even though they make us choose them separately, they're all the same one. They're all the same triangle. Okay, so let me get these separated from each other. Let's come back over here. We are all done at the ScanNCut. Now we're just going to check out our bounty. Okay, so we get 1 square, and that square is catty corner in the design, if you remember. Okay, and then I would stand here and put all of them together, but I think that that would drive everybody crazy, so I'm just gonna lay them out so you can see how nice everything looks. I'm making little block packs for my friend, and I remembered we had all these designs on the machine, and I just wanted to check them out, and I'm so glad I did. Oh, they're so cute. So I'm gonna run an iron over everybody real quick. Oops. Okay, and I know that my iron is gross, but I mean my ironing board kind of messes with the color scheme, but this is going to be the ones that go with this, so I'm hoping that they look good together. I don't know, you tell me. Anyways, this was really fun. I hope you found it helpful. let me show you really quick actually. This is probably the most important part, and because I was on the part 2 of it, you guys didn't get to see this. I'm going to show you where you can find these designs, and let's talk about how cool it is. Okay. My phone's trying to zoom and change the brightness at the same time. It's so silly. Okay, I'm gonna unplug my iron so I don't get fined. Okay, so we're all done with this. We can hit the home button, click OK, go to pattern. Let's see, can I get you closer? Okay, right here, next to all the fonts, most of us, we just look at these, don't even think of these, especially if we're not quilters. And I mean, I never see anybody do anything with these, and nobody ever talks about it or asks about it, so I'm assuming that everybody is like me and not paying attention. But we don't just have this to choose from. If you click on each of these, we have all of this stuff to choose from. So here's 3 pages worth of them, and whenever you choose them, they give you the height and width. So this is a 9-inch block. We'll choose OK, and then it tells you all the pieces that you're going to need. Here's the little stem, so that's really cute, and then the 2 pieces next to the stem. You just kind of figure it out. It's not hard to figure out. And then let's go here, and all of these you can look these up on quilting, you know, websites and stuff like that, and they all have names for their patterns and directions and stuff. So don't feel like you're lost, just go to Google. This one has 11 pages. So I really like that one. I really like that one. I really like that one. All of them. This is the one we did today. And see how that middle one, whenever I twisted it, that's twisted in the middle. I want to do this one, but I'm not that good at choosing colors, so I kind of need somebody to help me figure out how to do that one correctly. But that one looks really simple. And so anyways, there's 11 pages. This is really cute because it has the applique one. Has little leaves and a stem, little baskets. And then this one has 2 pages worth. Oh, get out of here, little ant. Ah! That one looks like it's going to make a really cool quilt when it's all together. Okay, and that one looks really complicated, but really pretty at the end. Another flower. That's just this page. And then I think this one's the same. It's just a couple of them. So I don't know what the categorizing means, but this is, you know, all the quilt designs we have, which honestly is a lot. A lot. I chose the one that I chose because it's super easy. Just 2 colors. Alrighty, see you guys later.